Welcome back, everyone. Today's cryptocurrency is JST, just crypto as it's called. This one is brought to you by me, another recommendation by myself. Sorry guys, keep leaving your comments down below with the cryptocurrency you want me to review and I'll review them honestly. It's just things are really moving incredibly fast right now in crypto. There's so many trades to be had, so many cryptos that are going off. How do you pick them? How do you not? And I want to give you guys the content I think you would like, which is which are the good cryptos to get. It's not financial advice. I think it's just interesting to look into to see how right and how wrong we are with our analysis. So take this for what it is, which is just some guy on YouTube's opinion on a crypto that he is personally invested in as a short-term trade, because I think this one's about to pop off. I've made some good trades in the last few days, and that's just me entering and exiting the market and snapping my quick 20, 30, 40, 60%. I had one the other day that got 2x, so I'm just going to take my profits and walk, and JST is the next one on my list that I'm looking at. I want to stress though that I can be wrong. It's not to say I'm always right. I've had a good run on some things, but everything's moving up and it's pretty easy to make some money. So leave your cryptocurrencies below for me to review and I will leave them. So we'll compare JST to Ethereum, Bitcoin. I'll give you some price predictions and some volume analysis that we can have a look at. So why did I invest into JST? Okay, there's a few reasons. The first is that we've got our confirmed breakout. So you can see if I zoom right in, let's just have a good zoom in on things and see where we currently are at. And you can see that's our breakout on the 30th of March. Low close, high open, and that is a very, very good, strong breakout at 41%, which is very, very good. We have our next day, even higher volume, and this white horizontal area that you see here, that is when my entry was. So we got the breakout, we started to go up, I snagged it immediately, and we are already up. Perfect rejection at the 50%, as you can see, which comes in at almost 12 cents. Pulled back. I want to stress this, guys, it's okay for your crypto to pull back. A lot of people start freaking out. Oh my God, my crypto's down 5% already. This was stupid. And it goes down 10% and they can't handle it. This is your emotions, and this is what crypto is. It is brutal on the emotional standpoint of things. You need to hold it back, because if we look on the hourly chart, it's really important. We can actually get more of a closer look on things and see how things are playing out. So this is what I want to take out from this. First thing is we get our massive volume days on the 31st of March at 10 o'clock Australian time, and then 11 o'clock as well. So these are some whales buying here. Retail cannot do this. Okay, they can't do this. The retail is not really into the market yet, and why JST? There's no real reason for retail to pump this coin. Retail can't do this. This is smart money. You get your sell-off days and you have your test. So hopefully you can see that okay. If I make that a little bit better, hopefully you can see it. You have your test. The test is so important. The test is really important because it shows you the strength of your coin. If your coin fails, get out of there, cut your losses and get out, because it's just a false break. But in this instance, it was actually a good test, because we had our test, we went down and then immediately got picked back up on good volume. So another whale probably entered, or the same, probably a different one, and they've entered and they've broken out even further. We get another pullback. We got some pretty high volumes on the pullback, and this actually had me a little bit concerned. But what can you see? You can see the volume dropping off in the sale. And this is not pointing fingers at anyone, but this is something I see a lot of YouTubers not do. They don't analyze volume. They'll draw their horizontal line on the top and the bottom, talk about resistance and support. I expect crypto to go in between these lines and break here and do this thing. That's the easy stuff. Volume is the most important thing. It is so important to understand it, because volume is supply and demand. It's interest. It is what's happening. You ever had your crypto and you're holding it for 2 weeks, just folding your arms while everyone else is making money, and you're like, why isn't my crypto doing anything? It's because they don't have volume. But no one's going to tell you that. People don't tell you your crypto doesn't have volume because they don't understand volumes. That's one of the big things that made me read books about volume and understand volume, because you need to understand what's happening with your crypto in terms of smart money. So this is already having a confirmed break. We have the test and we're testing at the 375 mark. I do anticipate us to go up, but I want to stress, I can be wrong. So I've put a stop loss on my own order at this yellow horizontal line here, and I've tucked it nicely underneath because I didn't want to lose too much money. I put a real tight loss of only 3.5% on this one when I bought it. I got all the way up actually to 30% in like a day, which was pretty cool, but I didn't take any profits. It went back down. I'm still up, but I want to see how things play out because I want to get a little bit more profits than at the moment. Perfect rejection, as I mentioned, at the 50, and we'll see what happens. I'll be asleep, and by the time I wake up, I'm hoping to see a breakout at this point, but we are getting the test, and the test is very healthy and very important. Price predictions, where do I see JST going? Okay, let's have a look at the right side here, and you've got my retracement indicators. So I'll get my pencil, and there you go, 375 mark. We're going to test it 100%. We're pretty much already testing it at the moment. It's okay if we dip a little bit below it, but I really want to see this 50% broken. And I remember seeing this as I was watching my charts. I was like, oh my God, are we going to break it? Are we going to break it? We did not break it, pulled back down. I'm like, okay, it just needs a little bit more time to cook in the oven, and then we'll get, and it can be a false break. I want to stress that it can be a false break and actually dip down below, but all of crypto seems like it wants to keep moving. I think on a side note, Ethereum is going to call the market top for this cycle. Once Ethereum gets to the all-time high, maybe a little bit past it, I think this cycle's done, and then we'll get another bear market before we start ramping up again. I don't think this is going to be the Bitcoin hurrah $100,000 Bitcoin run. I don't see it happening. I just don't think we're there right now. I think we need more longer of a break. This is just a very good quick burst run. So grab in, grab your profits, snag your profits, make your profits into paper, real money. Make sure you do that. And a stop loss is usually the best thing. Just put a nice stop loss under. If it gets triggered, it gets triggered. Kumbaya, you got your money. And it's free money, guys. That's the most important thing. So 50% mark. After that, I want to see it break the 625 mark at around 14 cents. And then after that, I want to see us break the 666 mark. And you can see how well these line up, because if we zoom right out on the daily chart, you'll be able to see that this coincides with a lot of support and resistance area and a lot of churn and support and resistance areas on good volume, you can see. And that's what's happening at the moment. We want clean cuts like this. So that's what makes me think it's in for a run. 2 days clean cut, rejection to 50%, but I want to see that 50% clean cut in the next probably day or two. I don't really want to be holding this one too long. I want to make sure that we are going to get that confirmed break. And then we have the 7.5 at around 16 cents, 8.75 mark at around 18 cents, and then we get the all-time high. I personally do not get very greedy and go for the all-time high. Generally, I will actually take my profits somewhere around here-ish. I'll take my profits and get out of my position completely, or I would set a very tight stop loss that normally gets triggered. I'll just take my profits and leave. So we'll see, touch base with this video and see how it goes. Let's compare just crypto to Ethereum and see how it's going. Otherwise, we can just invest into Ethereum. So here we are again, good old coin codex, Ethereum value, ping to Ethereum. I compare all of these values to Ethereum to see the relative strength. If they are weaker than Ethereum, you're better off holding Ethereum. If they're stronger than Ethereum, you might want to start pulling up a chart and reading them. So let's have a look at just crypto, and I believe that should be, here we go, at rank 126, and you can see outperforming Ethereum across the board. 62% outperformed Ethereum in the last 24 hours, 7 days 73%, 1 week 74%, 3 months 100%, 6 months 43%, year to date 100%, and 1 year underperformed to Ethereum by 45%. Does this mean it's a better hold than Ethereum long term? Absolutely not. It's just, it's gone absolutely crazy, so it's inflated all these back end numbers. If we compare just crypto to the Bitcoin value, you can see it's actually been quite volatile against Bitcoin. Still a bit of a downtrend, and that's why I say to you, it's better to pull up a chart sometimes, because you can say, okay, well, we've gone up, we've gone down, and we've just crash and burn. Basically, we had our confirmed breakout, as I mentioned, but these are what the altcoins do. They pump and they dump, they pump and they dump. So they pump and they dump, they pump and they dump, they pump and they dump, and they pump and they bump, then they pump. So that's why I say to people, don't hold your alts for a crazy long time. Everyone thinks I'm going to hold my coin for 5-6 years. There's always new technologies, there's always new cryptos, there's always new advertisements and venture capitalists, and always a new replenishment of technology and cryptos to come. These are just your ways to make money and see what you want to do. Property, Bitcoin, Ethereum, shares, whatever it wants to be, but don't put them all on just one altcoin, because it's not to say you can't just hold Bitcoin and just outperform just Bitcoin. You can't outperform JST. So that's going to do it for this video. In summary, I am involved in this trade. I do have my price targets. I do have a stop loss ready for it. I can definitely be wrong, so don't take this as financial advice. I just thought this would be a fun video, and I think that if I was a viewer, this is the kind of videos I would want to watch. Drop your crypto that you want me to review down below. I've got a list, and I'm definitely trying to get better at it. Sorry I haven't been uploading as much. I've been absolutely hammered with work in uni, but I'm doing my best to put out this video for you guys. Thank you for all the love and support you had on my EGLD video. It's just taken a little bit of time. It's still on 50%. It's bouncing off it perfectly, so I'm still very bullish on EGLD. So we'll see how that one goes. But just keep in mind, guys, that at any day a dump can happen. While I still think we have a few days, a few weeks to play out, and like I said, I still think Ethereum's top is going to call this market cycle. I don't think Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000. There's still some really good profits to be made. So get in there, enjoy your profits, enjoy the free money. This is what crypto is all about. 40-50% is in a matter of days. Just be smart about it. Don't FOMO into it. And please, please, please be safe out there. And just be careful who you watch and the advice that you listen to, because I fell into these traps a lot when I used to not read books and not start to invest in myself and everything like that. So stay safe out there, everyone. Please, please, please don't do anything reckless out there. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Stay safe.